Alright everybody, hello. This is Mystic Ninja Soul bringing you a game review of a game that y'all might like. It's an old game at that. But if you like anything that is Lovecraftian and all that, this will definitely be a game for you. It's called The Secret World Legends. It's a remake to The Secret World. It has basically three different factions you can be: the Illuminati, the Templar, and the Dragons. And the basis of the story is that every myth, legend, conspiracy theory that you have ever heard of is absolutely and completely true. Now, beginning, you get to choose what faction you want to be with, but the story, beginning of it, always is the same, just a different person comes to pick you up. So you somehow swallow this magical bee that gives you these magical powers, and now you're tossed into what they call the secret world. You were part of these three factions and you battle the supernatural forces. And you always start off in the same location, by the way. There are dungeons, there are different builds and everything. It's way different from how it was to begin with. It's a lot different the way they've changed it. But I will say one thing is that the way they've done it now with the builds and the combat system is way better. That much I can definitely say. The combat system and all that is way better. What is this? Got some interesting new stuff. Now, unfortunately, the game does have a bit of a pay to win in a way, because it allows you to get certain things. I don't know if I'm in the correct spot right now, though, because I'm pretty sure I got some different missions I can do. I don't remember what character level I am, honestly. 13. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've got some other quests I can do. Now, you can easily transfer to different areas. There are a lot of side quests, and I do mean a lot of side quests in this game. There's so much stuff you can do. Now, these Agartha entrances, this is basically where you go. Now, Agartha basically is like your hub in most. Now, this is pretty much an MMO. This is an MMO, pretty much. And it's more so story. It is very story driven, but it used to be like where you get co-op now. But now it's to the point where everything that you do in the game is pretty much solo, so there's not really much of a reason to group up unless you are doing one of the many dungeons in the game. Now, like I said, there are many different attacks you do, and of course I'm having a few glitches right now. My character's floating. There we go. Now it's fixed in a way. Okay, I've already done this quest. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of quests, a lot of story-driven quests. The blue, most of the ones that are blue, that's your main story quest. And then it's always a good thing to go and do side quests, because in doing so, you will actually get enough skill points and everything you need to in order to get to the next level. That's the main thing that you always got to do, is try and get to the absolute next level. And I cannot remember what missions I have done and what I have not done. Dead Dog, Old Toilet, Edgar Stone, King's Bride. Yeah, I don't remember which ones I've done and which ones I haven't, unfortunately. But there are different methods of transportation. So I'll show you some of the skills. So you have, for me right now, I'm elemental and chaos magic. There are many different builds you can do in this game. Some are very destructive, as you can tell. A lot of the attacks have AoE, and some do not. And what they've changed now is with elemental, you have heat consumption. And if your heat gets too high, you cannot do certain attacks. So that's kind of, a little bit of what the combat system's like. as you see, I have many different attacks, and then you have an alternate attack and everything. So a lot of your main attacks are through your left mouse button, 1, Q, E, and then right click. Well, your right click is your secondary weapon. And most times that requires you to have built up some form with your main weapon. Now, you can level up your weaponry in this game by, say, you find some of the same items, like, say, for instance, your elemental focus or your chaos focus. Well, you can take any of those items like so, and you can make them that much stronger. So say you take anything like the belt, stuff like that, you can combine them with these items and you could make them stronger and upgrade them, which is actually pretty cool compared to what you had to do beforehand. You had to find so much other crap just to do it. I'm going to try and not make this too long of a video, but this game basically came out originally in 2010. I cannot remember the exact date that Secret World Legends came out. I think it's been out for like 2-3 years. A lot of people are saying, you know, it's dying, it's dead, all this. But the thing is, they're still bringing out really good content to it, in my opinion. Now, it is an old game. I'm not going to lie. It is an old game. But if you like things of this nature, like Lovecraft type stuff, things like for instance, you have to fight against Cthulhu as one of your raid bosses. You go against so many different enemies. You go against zombies, you go against something called the Drog, revenants, you name it. I mean, there's just so much stuff in here. And one of the raids, you actually go through hell. I mean, it's one of the craziest games I've ever played through, but it's also one of the best games I've played through. Now, the main difference between the Secret World Legends and the original Secret World is back in Secret World, there were absolutely no levels. Now, this game has a level cap, I think, of 50, if I remember right. And so, and not to mention, this thing has a lot more different things, like you can do bounties. And what it does is it'll give you incentives, it'll give you different items, you name it. Oh, I forgot I had Thor's hammer. That's what's so cool about some of these abilities. Like, a lot of these do so much insane damage. You know, see what I mean by the heat meter? If that goes up too high, I cannot do attack until I cool myself down. It's a way of making it to where you're not overpowered. And in all honesty, that is a really, really cool idea that they've done. All right, so that's going to be the end of my recording. Hopefully y'all will check this game out. Y'all can get it from Funcom. Look up Secret World Legends. It's free to play. It's on Steam. And you can download it separately as well. But it's definitely a fun game. You can play with anybody that's on PC. And I would definitely say check it out.